The fourth winter with Leo, the coldest words came from his mother. Two men. What kind of future is that? Marriage, children, a real life? You'll ruin him. Before you, he was normal. Franklin, you're not a child. Be reasonable. I finally said the words, each one a shard of glass in my throat. Leo came to my apartment. He waited on the stoop all night, the Brooklyn wind biting through his thin jacket. In his hands, a clumsy, hand-sewn plush puppy, white fleece with uneven black button eyes. He tried to press it into my palms. I refused. Again, his composure shattered. A sound escaped him, wounded and small. You don't want Scout? You don't want me anymore? The memory of his mother's voice was a venomous echo. Two men together. Can you give him children? I touched the plain band on my finger, the metal cool against my skin. We never wanted kids, I'd argued. Leo and I, we were enough. His mother had offered a thin, cold smile. She played a video on her phone. A teenage Leo, awkward and tender, cradling a newborn. His sister's baby. His voice younger, full of wonder. He's so tiny. When will you learn to say, Uncle? The clip ended with Leo leaning down, his cheek softly pressed to the infant's forehead. She looked from the screen to me. You think he doesn't like children? Or have you just taken that choice from him? I had no retort. The air in the upscale lounge turned suffocating. That little agency you run with your friend, she continued, starting to gain traction. A word of advice, Franklin. In the adult world, practicality must come first. The threat was implicit, elegant, and absolute. Stepping outside into the Manhattan glare, I felt a chill that had nothing to do with the season. Leo called, his voice a bright, chattering stream. When are you coming home? What should I tell Maria to make for dinner? He was buoyant, oblivious to the tectonic shift in my world. Soon. Whatever. I have something for you. My watch, my tie, the ring, every detail of me seemed branded by him. What is it? Just you'll see. A shyness tinged his words. Dread coiled in my stomach. I knew what was coming. I wasn't ready to let go. He launched himself at me the moment I entered our loft, burying his face in my coat, a bundle of soft fabric thrust into my hands. You have to like it, he mumbled into my shoulder. This is my first try. I rested my chin on his tousled hair, my eyes burning. Not just a little subudura. It was an ache, deep and absolute. He finally stepped back. I looked at the toy puppy. His gaze was anxious, hopeful. Do you like it? I saw people making them for their partners. My eyes caught on the band-aid wrapped around his thumb. I took a breath that felt like broken glass. Leo, we need to break up. Confusion blanked his features. What? We're done. Why? Was it this? I won't do it again. You said we couldn't just say that word. He reached for my sleeve, fingers clutching at the wool. Are you hungry? Dinner is ready. We should eat. I pulled my arm away and dropped the puppy into the kitchen trash bin. I don't like your gift, and I'm tired of this. He stared, uncomprehending. A tear traced a path down his cheek, then another. I turned my face, unable to witness his shattering. His voice, when it came, was a devastation. Franklin, please, don't do this. The fallout was a constant fog. In a meeting, my business partner, Chris, had to say my name twice. I'll handle the client meeting, he said, concern etching his features. You're a million miles away. I'm fine. The lie was brittle. Chris and I, we'd built our branding agency from nothing. Brooklyn kids who fought for every inch. I could risk my own heart, but not his livelihood, not the fragile ecosystem of our success. A text from a mutual friend, days later, sliced through the numbness. Heard Leo's really sick. I'm out of town. How's he holding up? Sick? I didn't know. You don't know? Came the incredulous reply. I drove without destination, ending up outside the private hospital where his family had connections. I slipped past a shift change at the nurse's station. He was asleep in the private room, curled on his side, and 4-line taped to his forearm. His hair was damp on his forehead. Even in sleep, his brow was furrowed, eyelashes clumped with moisture. What dream hurts you so much? A noise in the hall sent me fleeing. I almost made it to the elevator before encountering her. Hatred, sharp and unfamiliar, rose in my throat. Is this what you wanted? She remained composed. I'm considering his future. Heartbreak mends. We stared at each other, two people who loved him in violently opposing ways. If you want his suffering to end, she said, her voice low, let him go completely. For good. I remembered an old parable. Two women claim a child. The one who truly loves him lets go first, fearing he'll be torn apart. I didn't know if he was healing. One morning, dawn light filtering through the blinds, I felt a phantom touch on my cheek. Instinctively, I murmured, "Hey, baby," reaching out. My arms closed on empty air. The awakening was brutal. It wasn't his hair. It was a tear, cold on my skin. I grabbed the plush puppy from my nightstand, holding it tightly against the ache in my chest. My thumb pressed a hidden lump in its stitching. Leo's recorded voice, soft and clear, filled the silence. I love you. I froze, then pressed again. I love you. And again. I love you. A broken sound escaped me, half laugh, half sob. I held the toy to my face and whispered into its fleece ear, I love you, too. Work became my refuge. The agency grew. We took on a new partner, Marcus, whose connections were as impressive as his investment savvy. We moved to a proper office in Midtown. At a cocktail party, snippets of conversation drifted my way. The young Mr. Thorne, a force of nature, a dismissive snort. What's so impressive? Born on third base, projects in the tens of millions, no fear of failure. It's a different game. Arrogant, though. I heard he walked out of a meeting with Henderson without a word. My grip on my whiskey glass tightened, liquid sloshing over the rim onto the speaker's sleeve. Apologies, I muttered. Arrogant? They didn't know him. They didn't know the boy who got excited about new flavors of ice cream, who whispered secrets into my shoulder in the dark. New York is vast when you're trying to avoid someone. Chris, now happily ensconced in a new relationship, asked me once, not thinking of finding someone new? No, I said, the lie now smooth from practice. That's all in the past. Marcus burst into our office one afternoon, buzzing with energy. I need one of you tonight. Big opportunity. Huge. I finally got a foot in the door. Chris pleaded prior plans. I sighed. I'll go. Regret was instantaneous. The exclusive club was all low lights and murmured deals. And there, lounging on a deep leather sofa, was Leo. His legs were crossed, a picture of detached elegance. A young man with artfully messy hair knelt on the Persian rug beside him, head resting lightly on Leo's knee. Our eyes met. His gaze was impenetrable, a winter lake. Mr. Thorne, thank you for your time. Marcus raised his glass. The young man at Leo's feet immediately poured a measure of amber liquid, offering it up. Leo accepted it with a faint, unreadable smile, his fingers briefly carding through the other man's hair. My stomach turned to stone. This is Franklin, our creative director, Marcus said. Leo's eyes lingered on me. Franklin. Hello. The evening was an exercise in agony. Leo spoke little, idly twisting strands of that boy's hair around his fingers. I was a statue. Later, Marcus was ecstatic. Nobody could figure out what he liked. But the guy I sent? Perfect. We're in. Stop, I heard myself say. We shouldn't work with him. Why? The Thorne Group is a golden ticket. It's complicated. At home, I shoved the plush puppy into the back of my closet. I retrieved it hours later, in the dark, pressing the button over and over until his voice soothed me to sleep. The next day, Chris and Marcus were shouting behind the conference room door. "We are not getting involved with Leo Thorne," Chris yelled. "This is business, not a therapy session," Marcus shot back. I walked in. They both turned. "He's my ex," I said flatly. His mother ended it. So now we choose. Offend him or offend her. The choice was obvious. The elder Thorne was the greater threat. Leo's call came directly to Marcus's phone. His voice was ice. "Having fun playing games, Marcus? Send Franklin to talk to me. He knows where I live." The penthouse apartment was all sharp lines and panoramic views of the city. The same young man answered the door, wearing what was unmistakably one of Leo's dress shirts, the hem brushing his thighs. Leo emerged from the bedroom, damp hair, a towel around his neck. "You came." My throat was dry. Marcus didn't know about us. The proposal, it was his idea. "We can walk away, no harm." "About us?" Leo interrupted, stepping closer, forcing me back against the cool marble of the foyer wall. "You mean you cheating? You leaving? That us?" His scent, familiar and devastating, surrounded me. The same soap, the same cologne. "We haven't signed anything." "No loses. Let's just leave it." He flinched as if struck. "My time isn't valuable? Leave it. You always make it sound so easy." His gaze dropped to my mouth. His knuckles brushed my cheek, a mocking caress. "Sleep with me. One night. Then I'll forget this ever happened." Leo, his kiss was a collision, desperate and punishing. His hands locked behind my back, fingers lacing with mine, squeezing until the bones protested. I tried to push him away, but saw the raw, red edge of his eyelids. My anger always dissolved before his tears. We stumbled toward the bedroom, a frenzy of longing and old hurt. His mouth was on my neck, my jaw, my lips. Then I saw it, discarded on a chair. The oversized white shirt. A cold clarity doused the fire. I turned my head as he leaned over me. "Use a condom." He went still. His eyes searched my face. "What? I don't know where you've been." The words were meant to wound. His thumb dragged roughly over my bottom lip. "And you're clean? Franklin, you're just as..." "Yes," I hissed, eyes shut tight. "I'm just as tainted. So why bother? I've been with other..." "Shut up." He entered me with a furious, claiming pressure, biting down on the column of my throat as if to brand me. The pleasure was a riptide, pulling me under, and the white shirt on the chair was a flag of surrender I hadn't agreed to. After, he held me from behind, his breath warm on my nape. He knew what I was looking at. "How does it feel?" He whispered. "Nothing," I lied, the lump in my throat making it sound true. "Can I go?" I said. "One night. Not one time." He was relentless. Near the peak, a ragged Franklin ghosted past my ear. Or did I imagine it? In the morning, he watched me dress, his eyes clouded, a stark contrast to the bright clarity I once loved. "A deal's a deal, right?" I asked. He rolled over, pulling the duvet over his head. "Get out." Outside his door, my legs gave way. I slid down the wall, fumbling for a cigarette. The acrid smoke couldn't mask the hollow aftermath, the jealous agony with no right to exist. "It will pass," I chanted silently. "It has to." The retaliation came not from him, but from our longest-standing supplier. They canceled, willing to pay the penalty. No explanation until a hesitant voice on the phone said, "Franklin, have you upset someone powerful?" Chris was furious. Marcus was panicked. "You talked to him. What happened?" I drove to Leo's through a sudden, heavy snowfall. I waited by his car, soaked and shivering. He arrived home, surprise flickering in his eyes. "Franklin, you're freezing." I slapped his reaching hand away. "Is this enough? Are you satisfied?" He recoiled. "What? One night to forget everything. That was your price. The mighty Thorn Group. Can't you find bigger toys to break?" His expression hardened. "So that's why you're here. For your precious Veritas." Veritas. Our agency's name. I'd fought Chris for it, conceding extra points. It was a time when love and ambition felt like the same shining thing. The pain was a physical blow. He could. He really could. He shoved the door open, pushed me inside, cranked the heat. Yes, he spat, pulling at my wet coat. It was me. What are you going to do about it? My voice shook. Why? Maybe I want you back in my bed. Your company always mattered more. You'll agree again, won't you? Rage, white-hot and blinding, surged. My fist shot out, stopping a hair's breadth from his jaw. My body remembered its allegiance, even when my mind screamed betrayal. He didn't flinch. A bitter smile touched his lips. Can't do it? He took my clenched fist, unfolding my fingers, pulling me relentlessly into his space. You think a punch compares to the rest? His lips touched my wet hair. Franklin, even you are cruel to me now. That night was silent violence. As I left at dawn, he spoke from the bed. Franklin, don't you have anything to say to me? I couldn't meet his eyes. No. My phone rang in the lobby. An unknown number. Her voice plunged me into an abyss. Franklin, you remember our agreement. You broke your word. Don't blame me for what comes next. I stared up at the windows of his penthouse. My breath hitched. I've been wrong. It wasn't him. Why didn't he say anything? My feet carried me back toward the elevator before I stopped. The dial tone echoed in my ear. Cage. Leo, do you feel wronged? The storm I braced for never hit. The supplier quietly reinstated our contract. Business stabilized. At a dinner, I caught murmurs about the Thorn Group. Internal power struggle. Nasty. The son is going head-to-head with the old man. My heart clenched. I listened, but the worlds were too separate. You and him, Chris asked quietly one day. Really over? Yes. You okay? Fine. Except for the constant, dull throb behind my ribs. So when I found him leaning against my doorframe one evening, all defiance left me. I'm hungry, he stated. I let him in. He shrugged off his coat, bent to retrieve his old sneakers from the basket by the door. A ghost of our shared life. What do you want? Chicken soup. The same answer he always gave when he felt off. Cooked. He sat at the table, chin in hand, watching my back. In the silence, I almost heard his younger self, whining playfully, Franklin, hurry up. I'm starving. I set the bowl before him. He stirred it slowly. Do you have anything to say to me? No. He was quiet for a long moment. Then he reached into his pocket and placed a thick, cream-colored card on the table. An embossed invitation. My world tilted. Congratulations, I managed the word sandpaper. You'll come. I shouldn't. Why not? He tilted his head, a cruel innocence in the gesture. If not for your choice, it might be us. So you should be there, to see the start of my new life. He left. The air grew cold. I stumbled to the bedroom, frantically searching for the plush puppy. My hands trembled as I pressed the hidden button. Silence. I pressed again, holding it to my ear. Nothing. Just a hollow, fuzzy static. No, no, no. I mumbled, turning it over, inspecting the seams. What's broken? Please. My housekeeper, Elena, appeared in the doorway. Mr. Vance? What's wrong? I looked up, and from her reflection in the dresser mirror, I saw my own face, ravaged. Help me, I begged, voice cracking. It's broken. He won't talk to me anymore. Please, fix it. She reached for it gently. I clutched it tighter, burying my face in its soft, silent belly, the sobs finally tearing loose. Don't go. Please don't go. The date of his engagement party etched itself into my mind. I drank, but sleep wouldn't come. The puppy was inert in my hand. A final, total loss. His call came in the pale morning light. You're not coming. I wish you happiness. A hollow laugh. Franklin. Last chance. Are you sure? Nothing to tell me? What could I say? That I loved him? That I was coerced? That I was a coward? I had no armor against his family's might. No. Fine. Open the door. My eyes flew open. I stumbled to the foyer, yanking it open. He stood there, eyes blazing with furious tears. He grabbed my collar, shoving me against the wall. Nothing? Even if I marry someone else? Even if we lose a whole lifetime, you won't tell me the truth? His voice broke. Do you know how long a lifetime is? Did you ever love me at all? The dam burst. Love you? I've been a wreck because of you. I'm a ghost because of you. Then why didn't you tell me anything? Fight your mother? Risk everything Chris and I built? You think I could win? Am I not a person? Wouldn't I have fought with you? And if we won? She's my mother. What then? Tears streamed down both our faces. He looked at me, his own expression shattered. Franklin, I breathed his name like a prayer. He pulled me into a crushing embrace. I almost lost you. If I hadn't suspected something was wrong that second time you came to me, if I really believed you stopped loving me, he trembled. I hate that you didn't trust me. I hate it. You hate me? Then why are you holding me so tight? His tears fell hot against my neck. I needed you to say you didn't want to let me go. I needed you to choose me. Only then would I believe you still loved me. We were different. He was brave where I was cautious. But in this, we were the same. Leo, I whispered, the truth finally free. I love you. He shuddered, holding me tighter, crying in earnest. That's all I needed. Don't leave me again. I looked out at the gray New York sky. Just let him stay. Let us have this. I woke to him wrapped around me, his face tucked into my neck. I went to stroke his hair and saw it. A new, simple band on my finger. My heart stuttered. I felt for his hand. A matching ring. Joy, profound and terrifying, flooded me. I kissed his forehead and slipped out to make breakfast. I was plating eggs when he burst from the bedroom, barefoot, panic in his eyes. Seeing me, he froze. Then he flew across the room and into my arms. You're not wearing shoes, I murmured into his hair, holding the plates out awkwardly. Franklin, it's not a dream. It's not. I'm here. Now go get ready. Breakfast. Come with me. Okay. We ate together for the first time in 2 years. The domestic peace was a bomb. Can you stay home today? He asked. Can't. Meeting with Chris and a client. His nose wrinkled at Chris's name. Don't talk about him. I smiled. What you saw that night, it was nothing. I was trying to make you leave. He went utterly still, his gaze locking on mine. Really? Really? I leaned over and kissed him. He pulled me closer, his kiss deepening, possessive. You're mine, he murmured against my lips. That's demanding. And I'm yours. Only yours. A shadow passed behind my eyes. He saw it. The guy at my apartment. I never touched him. Ask Marcus. I knew he worked for you. I wanted you to hurt like I did. He looked down. But you just left. I remembered the white shirt, the searing jealousy. I said nothing. He laced his fingers with mine, the twin rings clicking. I can't be with anyone else. I'm yours. I've only ever been yours. Life became a whirlwind. He worked tirelessly. Trust me, he said one night, nuzzling my palm like a cat. I won't let anything happen to Veritas. To you. I can handle this. I'm not a kid anymore. He said this while demanding I scratch his head. My brave, contradictory boy. I made my own preparations. I liquidated assets, structured shares to shield Chris. If this went wrong, he could rebuild. I would not be the ruin of my friend. Rumors swirled. The Thorn heir is causing chaos. A corporate civil war. And the heir in question was currently poking my spine in bed. Why are you facing away? My arm was asleep. He got up, walked around, and laid down facing me. Now face this way. Hold me. I laughed, drawing him close. I love you, he whispered. I traced the line of his eyebrow. I love you. He nuzzled my hand. Shouldn't it be, I love you, too? No. Whether you love me or not, I love you. The reckoning came. His call was brief. Come to my parents' house. The brownstone. Chris clapped my shoulder. Go on. We're behind you. The Thorne family home was a fortress of old money and quiet tension. From the hallway, I heard the crash of something breaking, then raised voices. You're tearing this family apart for some man? Have you lost your mind? He's the person I love. I am your mother. Everything I've done is for you. This is your gratitude? So I'm your puppet for life? Fine. Have your life back. I rushed into the grand living room. Leo stood facing his mother, a ceremonial-looking dagger in his hand. Without hesitation, he raised it high and brought it down toward his own chest. 2 screams tore through the room. I moved without thought, lunging, my hands closing over the blade before it could strike. There was no impact, no blood. The blade was dull. My heart stopped, then crashed against my ribs. I slumped to my knees, the metal cool in my grip. His mother collapsed onto a sofa, gasping, her face ashen. Only Leo was calm. He looked at his mother, a strange smile on his face. See? Someone loves me enough to try to stop this, too. Can't I live with that kind of love? She stared at the harmless dagger, then stumbled to her feet. She reached for him, her hands fluttering over his chest, his face, confirming he was whole. Then she pulled him into a fierce, weeping embrace. You terrible boy, you'll be the death of me. I understood her then, in that moment of shared, soul-deep terror. Leo held her, crying himself.
I'm sorry, Mom.
The drive home was silent. Leo watched me, apprehensive. I'm sorry I scared you. I had to make it real for her. She needed to see what you'd do. I pulled the car to the curb. Rage and residual fear warred inside me. I saw the dagger descending again. I grabbed the front of his shirt and kissed him, hard and desperate, needing the solid reality of him. He yielded, letting me pour my fear into the contact. When I finally broke away, I dragged him against me, my breathing ragged. Never do that again. Don't make me feel that. I won't. I'll be with you. Always. I held him, eyes shut tight. Always. The word was too vast, its weight unknown. But I knew this. I would not spend it without him.